Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ben from JBM Sports Media, coming back with another MLB recap slash reaction. I love doing these, to be honest. They're probably my favorite type of video to do, especially with the MLB season rolling out. There was some great, exciting games last night. I actually didn't record the recap right away last night. Had a little bit of a headache, so had to let that steer off in a way. But regardless, we are here today to record and talk about the MLB recap from last night. And like I said, a lot of good games, a lot of good games. I think we should start off with the walk-off that we had yesterday, and that is the Seattle Mariners walking it off, the big dumper walking it off. He had a day off, actually, because he's been hitting like crap to start off the year, but regardless, they beat the Yankees 2-1. Luis Castillo pitched a very good game. Ryan Weathers looks like he needs to be stretched out a little bit more for the Yankees, but regardless, he pitched pretty good. He only allowed one earned run, but Cal Raleigh, when needed, came off the bench, said, "Hey, I got this." And this picture is actually kind of funny because you can see Radio Rosarena in there. Obviously, the whole Radio Rosarena and Cal thing, they dapped up and everything like that. Everything's cool, but I just thought that was kind of funny looking at that. But big win for the Mariners, obviously pitching, great pitching performance. Luis Castillo, I mentioned. I think this Mariners team, this is what makes them an elite team, knowing that their bats and their pitching could be all in one. Yeah, that's why I think the Mariners are. I mean, I don't know if I said it in a video, but my pick to come out of the AL. So I'm just excited to see how they play out throughout the year. With the addition of Brendan Donovan, he's on a hot start to start off the year. But great win by Seattle, obviously. For the Yankees, like I said, I mean, pitching wise, they can't say nothing. Offensively, yeah, they should have done more. But it is kind of hard when you have a number two, number three type of starter and Luis Castillo on the mound. So just wasn't their day. I mean, keep in mind, all the undefeated teams are no longer undefeated. My Brewers lost to the Rays. We'll get to the Dodgers in a little bit. I do believe we'll get to the Blue Jays in a second, which is actually kind of funny. And I think the other one was Miami. And that's a perfect transition because the next game, Miami no longer undefeated, losing to the Chicago White Sox. Final score of 9-4. We're going to get into player of the day a little bit later, but Miguel Vargas, I mean, look, spoiler alert, here you go. Miguel Vargas, huge day, hit the grand slam, then two other RBIs, and he had a 6 RBI day. It looked like after the choke job that they had on Sunday in Milwaukee, they said, look, we have to come out, we have to bounce back, and they did so offensively. And I'll say it again, White Sox offense is not what I'm worried about whatsoever. It's just completely their pitching, and I think Davis Martin did enough for them to cruise by and get this W today. Chris Paddock, though, horrible, 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 horrible. Not ideal. You can see in this lineup, Miami obviously does miss the bat of Kyle Stowers. Obviously, he's out for 2 to 4 weeks, I believe it is, or 4 to 6. I don't know if it's 2 to 4 or 4 to 6 with the hamstring strain. So hopefully, whenever he does come back, you can see that bat being implemented back in the lineup, and you can see the positivity in that. But great win by the White Sox right here. Even though Murakami unfortunately did not hit a home run today, didn't matter. His teammate Miguel Vargas picked him up. But I do want to talk about another team that's no longer undefeated, and that is the Toronto Blue Jays losing to the Colorado Rockies. Every team has their day, guys. I'm not going to shit on the Blue Jays because they lost 14-5 to the Colorado Rockies, but every team has their day, and it's true. And the Blue Jays had their day, unfortunately, and just a lot of bad, I wouldn't say bad aura, but just bad vibes from the start of the game with the Blue Jays. Cody Ponce, he obviously got injured. Very unfortunate. He had to get I guess say carted off, and that was tough to see because if you look at this guy's journey to get back to the big leagues, and knowing now that he's probably going to be on the IL, looked like it was potentially a knee injury from what I was reading into as well. Just not good. I saw that George Kittle was in attendance as well, who is Cody Ponce's brother-in-law. That's tough. That's tough to see when somebody gets to this position and it gets hurt. That's super super tough. So prayers up to Cody Ponce. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Because when he was pitching, though, there wasn't a lot of hard contact off of him. I think there might have been 1 or 2 balls, but other than that, not really. He actually was pitching pretty good for the Blue Jays. But as soon as he left, and then the Rockies really said, "Yeah, we're not afraid of your bullpen," and they were not. Hunter Goodman had a great day for them. One guy that I've been super impressed with the Colorado Rockies this year so far, TJ Rumfield, who they got back in the Jake Bird trade. Man, that guy has been absolutely great to see. He's offensively doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. Um, but congratulations to the Rockies picking up their first win of the regular season. And what a win. What a win to beat the AL defending champs like this in this matter. Look, obviously very unfortunate what happened to Cody Ponce with the injury, but 14-5? Come on, bro. You got to give credit. Tip the cap to the Rockies, obviously. But like I said, I do think the Blue Jays are going to bounce back. I think they're going to look at this score and overnight they're going to be like, we might flip the tables on them tomorrow. I think, who do they have tomorrow? Do they have Scherzer? I think they do have Mad Max tomorrow. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think they're going to flip the tables on them. But every team has their day. I think that is a prime example of it. Let's talk about another team, though, that we talk about undefeated. Let's talk about a team that hasn't gotten a win yet. Sacramento Athletics. Sorry, Oakland fans. Lose to the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are now 3-1, starting off the year way better than they started off last year. I think last year they started off 0-7, right? I think it was 0-7. That's by itself. I mean, it's a night and day comparison to how they started off. Same thing with the Brewers, low key. How bad we started off. I think we started off 0-4. But obviously we won 97 games, and I think now that the Braves are getting this hot start right here, that's an absolute W for them. For the A's, though, they couldn't get no contributions from their offense today. They were leaving guys on base. I was watching a little bit of this game. Bryce Elder really had it today. Like, if you have Bryce Elder pitching 6 innings of work, only allowing 5 hits, striking out 5, yeah, you deserve to win. And the Braves did. Ronald Acuna reached base 4 times in the game. Matt Olson had an RBI double as well. Mauricio Dubon with the big hit. I think this is the Braves team that we all want to see. If they remain healthy, I don't have no issue in my mind thinking that they can potentially, contend for a wild card spot. I really do believe that, especially offensively, because we know the talents of Ronald Acuna, Austin Riley, Matt Olson, even to an extent, like, even though it's only his second year, Drake Baldwin. I'm a big Drake Baldwin fan. And obviously, maybe it's because of the Wisconsin ties. But look, I think Drake Baldwin, he's an incredible player, and I think he's going to be here to stay. It's going to be kind of interesting to see because I saw during the game Sean Murphy was doing a little bit of training before. How is Sean Murphy going to be implemented into this lineup? Maybe DH-ish when he comes back, but that's just going to be interesting to see. But congratulations to the Braves starting off very good for the A's. They got to get a win here, bro. And I think they have Chris Sale next. Don't quote me on it, but I know they do have Chris Sale in this series alone. Excuse me. I know they have Chris Sale in this series alone, so they might not win that one. But look, regardless, offensively, I think they're going to be fine. Just a bad day at the office for them. Let's talk about a team that's no longer defeated. I thought they were going to go 162-0, but nope. Every team has their day, and Cleveland goes into LA and defeats the Dodgers. Final score of 4-2. I didn't really watch this game, I'll be honest. I don't know really what happened that much. I saw Roki pitch 4 innings of work, only allowed 1 earned run. The conversation with Roki Sasaki is so interesting because it's like, you obviously would have hoped at some point this guy would be able to pitch 6 innings of work, maybe only allow 2 earned runs or less, but he needs to get stretched out a little bit more. I think he'll be fine as a starter. Not the best, but just fine. Cleveland, though, this is a great win. I saw Steven Kwan had a big moment. Yeah, great win for Cleveland, obviously, defeating the Dodgers. I will say, every day the Dodgers lose is a moral victory in the whole league's eyes. So shout out Cleveland, man. We love to see that. But now let's get into today's players of the day. And I don't even have pictures out of them. Honestly, it was so last minute. But today's player of the day, I'm going to give you one pitcher and one hitter. Pitcher-wise, Lance McCullers, 7 innings of work, only allowed 1 earned run against the Boston Red Sox. He looked pretty dominant. I think he had, let me just correct me if I'm wrong. Did he have 8 strikeouts or did he have, Lance McCullers had 9 strikeouts, only allowed 1 walk as well. Got to give him player of the day. This guy's been through a lot of shit as well. So how could you not give him player of the day? Hitter-wise, I already mentioned him in the video already. Miguel Vargas, 2 for 6. Was he 2 for 6 or 2 for 4 with 6 RBIs? I don't want to misread that. He was 2 for 4. Sorry, 2 for 4, 6 RBIs. And then yeah, that's just an incredible day for Miguel Vargas. So gotta give him Player of the Day nod. Now, unfortunately, Jobber of the Day. There was really two contenders for this, two pitchers, Chris Paddock or Taijuan Walker. We're gonna let you guys decide in the comment section. Who do you guys think is the Jobber of the Day? I'm gonna go with Chris Paddock personally, but if you guys go with Taijuan Walker, I wouldn't be upset with that whatsoever. Really, it's all it's all the way your guys' pick. Justin Verlander didn't have a good debut either, so I know you guys see it in the thumbnail. But he did not have a good debut. He only had like one strikeout. He just wasn't getting any whiffs on any of his pitches either. That was tough. That was tough to see JV go out like that. But regardless, I want to know what you guys thought about today's games. Was there any surprise that obviously? So I mean, was there any result that obviously surprised you? I think we all agree the Rockies won. That's a little bit crazy, but hey, like I said, it's Major League Baseball. Anything can happen within the calendar year, and that's just true. But regardless, make sure you subscribe here at JBM Sports Media. Follow us on TikTok and IG at JBM Sports Media. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.